Hello everyone, this is Dr.P.Syamala from the Department of MBA at Rajna University. Today our topic is regarding the perceptual process. Okay, so what does a perceptual process means? In previous session we have learned about perception, what is the nature of perception. Okay, but now what is the process of perception? So what does process of perception means? What were the aspects that were included in process, okay, that we are going to learn. So here basically this process, this approach emphasizes that there is input, throughput and output. Okay, these are the three segments that can be seen in the perceptual process. Okay, the actual transformation of the inputs, okay, inputs through throughputs and throughputs through outputs. Okay, so now we are going to see what are the inputs, what are the throughputs, and finally what is a input. Okay, this is I have shown this in a chart form. Okay, in perceptual inputs we will see stimuli, in perceptual throughputs we will see the aspects of receiving, selecting, organizing, interpreting. Okay, coming to perceptual outputs, the final one is action. So this is the whole process of perceptual process. Okay, so these are all the sub processes. In inputs, stimuli is the sub process. In throughputs, receiving, selecting, organizing, interpreting. Okay, like that. Now coming to the first one, inputs, that is known as perceptual inputs. Under perceptual inputs we will study about stimuli. Okay, what does stimuli means? As I said before, stimuli is nothing but a data we are collecting from the external environment. Okay, the data may be in the form of a place, an object, a person. Okay, anything the data may be, that is known as a stimuli. So the first process in the perception is the presence of stimuli or situations which confront the human beings. First of all, he should have a stimuli. In order to undergo the perception process, first of all the person needs some data from the external environment, okay, or any situations should be there to analyze. So these may be in the form of people, object, event, information, conversation, anything. So strictly speaking, the presence of stimulus, though necessary for perception, this is not the actual process of perception. Okay, the process not yet started. In perceptual process, the first step is stimuli, but in this step the actual process will not be started. Why? Because just here we are getting a data from the external environment. Okay, and the actual process starts from here, receiving the stimuli. The actual perception process starts with the receipt of the stimuli or data from various sources. Most data is received through the 5 organs. We have studied in the definition that through sensation and through cognitive process, perception can be received. Okay, so the sensation is nothing but using our sensory organs, okay, like see, hear, smell, taste and touch. Okay, reception of stimuli will be started. Okay, that is known as physiological aspect of perception process. Okay, by not hearing or smelling, tasting, touching, without any of these senses we may not obtain the data or stimuli. Therefore, thus receiving stimuli, a reception of stimuli is a physiological aspect of the perception process, and the process starts from receiving the stimuli. Coming to next session, selection of stimuli. So what is the selection of stimuli? We are getting stimuli from the environment, external environment, and from that data we may receive wide information, a large information. Okay, but we will accept only the information that we needed. Okay, that information only we will take. So that selection of stimuli or selection of data it depends upon two factors. One is internal factor and other one is external factor. Okay, internal factor, how we will perceive means, how we will take the stimuli means, it depends upon our internal aspects, internal factors like we may have the need or desire, okay, or self acceptance. All these were related to the internal aspects of a perceiver, okay, and all these aspects affects the perceiveness of a in perceiver. Coming to external factors means the intensity of the data, okay, the intensity, how much it is affected on the perceiver. Okay, so intensity depends upon, intensity in the sense, the maximum level, okay, that is known as intensity. Here the intensity may be, the intensity of data may be related to the size, contrast, movement, repetition, familiarity, strange characteristics. So all these will be external factors that we may perceive the persons or any object. Okay, for example, if we take size, okay, or loud sound. If we take size means, for example, if we see large advertisements of billboards, okay, on roadsides we will see advertisements on billboards. So small size billboards may not be attractive, so billboards will be in large size. Why means, we may definitely attract towards that, we may definitely see that billboard. So here the size matters. Like that, what do the advertisers perceive? If at all the size of the billboard is very large, then it can be seen by every person who is passing on the roadside. Okay, so like that, some factors may affect the perceiver in order to perceive the things, right? So these are the two factors that were considered by the perceiver while selecting the stimuli. Next, coming to organization of stimuli. After receiving the data, okay, from the external environment, then in that receiving the stimuli, again we will select. Why? Because we will not take all the information regarding the environment. We will select that environment which is related to us, okay, and then afterwards we will organize. Organization means it is nothing but systematic arrangement of the stimuli. So why to arrange systematically means, in order to get a meaning towards that. Okay, so after the data have been selected, these are organized in some form in order to make sense out of them. Such organization of stimuli may take the form of four ways. Okay, so while organizing data or while organizing the stimuli, we follow these four forms while organizing. Okay, organizing the stimuli. First one is figure ground. What does figure ground means? Here, focus, okay, the focus of the perceiver while perceiving the stimuli or while perceiving the data means, the tendency will be, or the focus will be on the figure uh, figure figure principle, on the figure principle, not on the ground principle. Okay, figure principle will have more attentiveness. For example, in order to understand you easily, while reading a book, the letters printed are treated as figures. Okay, while we are reading a book means, we will not consider, or we will not see the page, white page. We will see the figures or the text on the page. Okay, that is known as figure. Ground is treated as the paper. So what we focus is the figure, okay, and the base for that is known as ground. For example, in organizations, for example, good performance, okay, may be taken as background, that in the sense, and maintaining good relations with the boss for promotion, okay, may be taken as a figure. That is the focus. Focus is not on performance, focus is on good relations, maintaining good relations with the boss. So this is just an example in order to know what to focus. So focus is on figure principle, okay, rather than ground one. So here, while organizing the stimuli, perceiver first he will consider the figure aspect, not the ground aspect. Next one, grouping. In grouping, the perceiver groups the various stimuli on the basis of their similarity or proximity. Okay. So what does similarity or proximity means? Similarity means the things that are alike tend to be grouped together. The same things are grouped together. Okay. Proximity means things that are close to one another tend to be grouped together. Here in similarity, things are which are alike, they are grouped together. Okay. Here in proximity, things that are close, okay, characteristics, for example, uh, that may be all for example, the people of Korean people are very hardworking people, Asian people are hardworking people. Okay. So they are grouped together, like we perceive that those people are very hardworking, so that is proximity. Okay. And group of people thinking one thing in a same manner. For that example is, for example, all the employees who are working in organization, okay, they will think that the management is not working properly, the management is not showing concern towards workers. So this is similarity regarding the group on management. So this is the difference between similarity and proximity. So here the perceiver, in grouping, the perceiver groups various stimuli on the basis of similarity and proximity. So all stimuli which have been grouped together are likely to be perceived as having same characteristics. For example, all workers may be perceived to have same opinion about the management because of grouping on the basis of similarity. So here first he will see the similarities or proximities. Okay. Next, simplification. Whenever people are overloaded with information, they try to simplify it. Okay. So basically simplification means whatever the data is collected from the external environment, okay, all the data will not be taken into consideration in order to perceive. Okay. Therefore here um, uh, he will try to simplify the information, so reducing the complexity by eliminating some of the things, okay, in order to easily the understand the concept. Okay. That is known as simplification. And fourth part is closure. This all comes under the this after selecting organizing part. Okay. So closure means when faced with incomplete information, okay, wherever there are gaps, we don't know the information is not complete. Okay. So incomplete information we are having about some situation or about some person, we don't know the full information. But here in closure, the person perceives by filling the gaps which the information he is not known, that information, okay, the gaps will be filled by him. Okay. So by in order to make a meaningful information, so this may be done on the basis of past experiences, past data or hunches. Okay. So here how can without full information, how the person will perceive, means depending upon the previous experiences. Okay. For example, if any person have purchased a product related to a company, okay, so that brand produces uh, 10 products, 10 variety of products. Okay. I have purchased one product. For example, I have purchased some cosmetics, and now I'm going to purchase in the same brand uh, any apparels. Okay, so here the customer may perceive that by her previous experience. Okay, as the product before she purchased is good, she also go for this product of the same brand. So this is done by the previous experience. So that is known as closure. Even though she is having incomplete information by previous experience, past data, okay, she is going to purchase that one. Okay, that is known as the closure. For if you want to know about what hunches means, hunches is nothing but an intuition. Okay, guessing about something. Okay, hunch is nothing but we are having some intuitions or guessings, that is known as hunches. So this is also related to the how to like imagination, like that. Okay, next interpretation. Next one is interpretation. So what does interpretation means? The fifth concept after organizing. Okay, after receiving, after selecting, after organizing, then we'll go for interpretation. So what does interpretation means? The perceptual inputs that have been organized will have to be interpreted by the perceiver, so that he can sense and extract some meaning of what is going on the situation. Finally, he has to interpret about something. Okay, here people interpret the meaning of what they have selectively perceived and organized in terms of their own assumptions of people, things and situations. So as we know, different people think differently on same situation. Here also interpretation will be done by that person according to his assumptions. Okay, according to the data that he has selected from the environment, okay, that he had organized, then finally he will interpret. Okay, a judgment will be taken by him how to behave, okay, according to that situation, or how to behave to that person, or how to behave to that object, like that. Okay, so interpretation will be taken. So here interpretation also will be affected by characteristics of stimuli, situations under which perception takes place. Okay, and characteristics of perceiver also. Okay, so here different factors happen, like as I said before, internal factors, external factors. Okay, all these will be affected at the time of perceiving. Okay, so finally interpretation will be done in order to behave. Here next one is action, final phase. Okay, action, the last phase of the perceptual process, is that of acting in relation to what has been perceived. So finally we are responding to that act, object, person, place, okay, anything. This is the output aspect of the perceptual process. The action may be covert or overt. Okay, so finally we are doing the thing, we are making an action. So the action may be in the form of covert or overt. So here covert means hidden aspect, concealed aspect. Overt means it is visible aspect. Okay, so here covert means in the form of change in attitude, okay, opinion, feeling, values and impressions. Okay, and overt means the action may be in the form of visible. Okay, that is the clear difference between covert and overt. So covert is it cannot be seen, that means change in our attitude. Till now we may have positive attitude, now the attitude may be changed into negative attitude, but it is not seen, it is not visible. Okay, but in overt action, the action that we have, that we are doing, is it can be seen. Okay, so that is known as overt. So finally the action may be overt or covert. So this is regarding the perceptual process.